The Field Mouse by Cecil Francis Alexander. Where the acorn tumbles down, where the ash tree sheds its berry, with your fur so soft and brown, with your eye so round and merry, scarcely moving the long grass, Field Mouse, I can see you pass. Little thing, in what dark den lie you all the winter sleeping, till warm weather comes again? Then once more I see you peeping round the tall tree roots, nibbling at the fallen fruits. Field mouse, do not go where the farmer stacks his treasure. Find the nut that falls below, eat the acorn at your pleasure. But you must not steal the grain he has stacked with so much pain. Make your hole where mosses spring, underneath the tall oak's shadow. Pretty, quiet, harmless thing, play about the sunny meadow. Keep away from corn and house, none will harm you, little mouse. We see here in this poem, we have 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4 stanzas. This is the longest one we've had all week. Jaylene, you have a question?
Can you do it again?
Sure. It's on the reading tab. So the topic is reading. Okay. Yeah, we're doing this together. Question 1. What is the field mouse doing in the first stanza? Let's go back to that first stanza. Where the acorn tumbles down, where the ash tree sheds its berry, with your fur so soft and brown, with your eye so round and merry, scarcely moving the long grass, field mouse, I can see you pass. What's the field mouse doing in that first stanza? Is it A, gather berries from the ash tree, B, climbing the ash tree, C, moving through the long grass, or D, sleeping in its den? Which one of those is what the mouse is doing? Heading? Gather berries from the ash tree. Let's see. Where the acorn tumbles down, where the ash tree sheds its berries, with your fur so soft and brown, with your eye so round and merry, scarcely moving the long grass, field mouse, I can see you pass. So is it picking up the berries yet? No, so it's not picking them up yet. So I don't want to pick A. Was it climbing anything, Heidi? Okay, not climbing. Was it moving? Okay, so it's moving. Was it sleeping? No. So our best answer choice for question 1 is C. C. Because it's moving through the long grass, and they tell us here that it's moving, but it's moving kind of sneaky. It's trying not to make the grass move too much. So it's trying to be sneaky about where it's going. What about question 2? In the second stanza, what does the poet wonder? Okay, second stanza this time. Little thing, in what dark den lie you all the winter sleeping, till warm weather comes again, then once more I see you peeping round about the tall tree roots, nibbling at their fallen fruits. So what is the poet wondering or asking in that second stanza? A, when the mouse will be sleeping. B, where the mouse has been sleeping. C, when the mouse will wake up. Or D, what the mouse will nibble. What is our author asking or wondering about in question 2? Okay, Alexa. Does anyone see the question in the second stanza? Kylie, you see the question? A. When the mouse will be sleeping. Okay, where's the question? Can you find it for me? Okay. You're right, there's a question mark. So, lie you all the winter sleeping. Okay. So, is the author or the poet asking when the mouse is asleep? Look really carefully at the question. Lie you all the winter sleeping. So does he know when the mouse is asleep? If he says all the winter, isn't that telling the mouse, I know you sleep during the winter? So if that's his question, all the winter sleeping, he's already telling the mouse, I know you're asleep during the winter. So he's not asking a when. So I don't think it's A, and I don't think it's C because it also says when. So it has to be either B or D, where the mouse has been sleeping or what the mouse will nibble. Who thinks they know which one it is between answer choice B and answer choice D? Where the mouse has been sleeping or what the mouse will nibble? Makai? Which one?
B.
B. Okay, why do you say B, Nakai?
Because
Well, that would be a win. But I like that Kylie found that question mark. But look at the line on top of it. Little thing, in what dark den lie you all the winter sleeping? So he's asking the mouse, what den are you sleeping in? Where are you sleeping? So in this case, our proof isn't just this line with the question mark, it's also the line above it. In what dark den lie you all the winter sleeping? So he's asking him which one? Which one of these holes in the ground were you sleeping in all winter? Question 3. What does the poet tell the mouse he must not do? What does the poet tell the mouse that he must not do? This one doesn't tell us which stanza to look at, so we have to kind of find it. Does the poet tell the mouse not to find the nuts that fall off the tree? Does the poet tell the mouse not to eat the acorns? Does the poet tell the mouse not to nibble at the fallen fruit from the trees? Or does the poet tell the mouse not to steal the farmer's grain? What answer choice is what the poet tells the mouse not to do? Violet? Eat the acorns. So where does the poet tell the mouse not to eat the acorn? Oh, D, sorry. Where does it say that in my poem? Which stanza? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Field mouse, do not go where the farmer stacks his treasure. Find the nut that falls below. Eat the acorn at your pleasure. But you must not steal the grain. Perfect. So there he says it. You must not steal the grain. So he's telling the mouse, eat whatever falls on the floor. All the fruit from the trees, the acorns, all of it. Whatever falls on the floor, eat it. But whatever the farmer gets and puts into, and says he stacks it up, whatever he puts it into the barn or wherever he decides to store it, leave that alone. Okay, question 4. Why does the poet want the mouse to stay away from the farmer's house and corn? Why do you think the poet wants the mouse to stay away from the farmer's house and corn? Okay, Sebastian. What do you think is the reason? Ezekiel? Okay, and why do you think it's for the poet and the poet's family? Okay. What what does it say in the poem that gives you a clue that it's their food? Okay, do not steal the grain. And I like the line after it. Do not steal the grain he has stacked with so much pain. If it wasn't their food, if it wasn't something important, Ezekiel, do you think the farmer would have gone and picked it all up and stacked it up real nice? No, probably not, right? Like if you were to go out into the desert, do you go out there and stack up the rocks and the sand really nicely? No, because it's not yours, right? But at your house, like when mom or dad brings in groceries, do you just leave the groceries however on the kitchen table and on the floor? Or do you go and put them away? You have to put them where they belong, right? Especially if there's things that belong in the refrigerator or anything, because they could go bad. So, because the farmer is stacking them up, that's a big clue that that's his food. So, why does he want them to stay away? It is their food. How do we know? He stacks it